Mikel Arteta, the head coach and manager of Arsenal in the US for part of his US tour, playing the MLS All-Stars. Mikel Arteta, first of all, how are you? How's the trip going so far in beautiful United States?
Beautiful. We are here in Washington, D.C. We arrived a few days ago and we've been training for a few days and really looking forward to that a special match that we have ahead of us tomorrow.
Very, very excited to see your boys play, and of course in North America. A quick question about MLS. I know you have heard this before, Mikel Arteta. I want to ask you personally. Messi had his first public training session today with Inter Miami. You've been asked this when you first heard of the news of his transfer. What were your initial thoughts? How does this move impact MLS, by the way? Messi to MLS, it's huge.
It's absolutely huge, and I think it's great for the league. And I think it takes the trajectory of where the league was going in a very spectacular direction. I think it's going to put the league, it's already done, in the spotlight, and it's going to attract a lot of positive things to it. It's a shame that he cannot play tomorrow, because we would love to have him obviously in that team tomorrow against us. But again, I think it's something great for everybody here.
I'm sure you'll have your chance, Mikel Arteta, to play Lionel Messi and MLS one more time.
Maybe.
Hey, let me ask you something. Is this the biggest ever signing for MLS, do you think?
Well, he's the biggest ever football player in history, in my opinion. So if I think like this, in my opinion, only my opinion is a big yes.
The answer is simple. It's yes. Yeah. I love it. Well, Mikel Arteta, obviously, we go from you playing MLS, the United States. You'll be playing Manchester United as well in a friendly later on, but we'll talk about that later. Let's focus on Arsenal. So impressive in so many ways. But in terms of what's happening next, I want to talk to you first about Kai Havertz, because obviously for many, he struggled a little bit with Chelsea last season, but he's a flexible player. He's a winner. You surely see something in him that others don't. How does Havertz improve the squad, and what specifically do you like about him?
Well, he's a player that I admire for a long time, and we had the possibility to bring him to the club. I had a few chats about how he was feeling about it, and straight away I was so convinced that he's a player and the type of personality that we want in the team to take us forward. He's so versatile. He's still very young, but with incredible qualities and talent that's fitting really well in what we want to do, in what I want in the team, and how I want to develop the team. And I'm sure it was going to be a big success.
Well, Mikel Arteta, here I go next now on another player. I know you know this was coming. Obviously, Declan Rice is another major transfer for Arsenal. I'm Peruvian, but I grew up in England, so I know all about what Patrick Vieira did under Arsene Wenger, of course, and the Invincibles, and obviously you know that very well. I feel, Mikel, that Declan Rice can offer you that similar sort of energy, effort in the midfield. How does Declan Rice immediately make an impact in the starting 11 for you? What does he offer that maybe you were missing last season?
He brings leadership, he brings an aura, and he brings special qualities that we didn't have in our midfield. Obviously, he's got experience in the league. He's done already a lot at 24 years old, but he has something. I saw that for a long time with him. He has that personality, that way of thinking, the way he plays for his teammates, and the way he's capable of controlling football matches that I wanted with me. I think we've made a huge effort to try to bring him to the club, and I'm delighted and very grateful that we've been able to bring him in.
You know, I've looked at your project ever since you came on as the head coach manager of Arsenal. Of course, a tremendous playing career and also working under Pep Guardiola, Man City. But under Arsenal, to me, you were so impressive last season. People forget that by average, you were the youngest squad in the Premier League. I think in many ways you overachieved last season, you know. But what is your target this coming season? When do you think, this may seem like a stupid question, Mikel Arteta, so forgive me, perdón, but when do you think Arsenal can win the Premier League and the Champions League? Because last year for many was a surprise, but I feel there's so much more to come from your boys.
I think there is much more to come, and what we are trying to do is to have a team that that has a very clear identity, that each day plays better, that deserves to win matches more comfortably, that enjoys playing together, and that can connect with the people the way we've done it, to have the support and the atmosphere that is around the club right now. And the way to do it is recruit players with huge talent, but that fit in our culture as well. And I think we've done that really, really well. And at the end, it will come down to play better every day and win. And at the end, we will get into April and May and we will have chances to lift trophies. But that's, I think, something else.
Is there more aggression from Arsenal in this transfer window? Are you happy? Do you want more? What are you thinking before the end of the transfer window?
We don't know. It's still too early. Obviously, we wanted to do business early to try to have the best possible adaptation for the new players into the team, because they were very important positions for us as well. And then we will see. Obviously, there is always things that happen, unpredictable things a lot of times. And I will have to be alert and adapt. But so far, I'm extremely happy with what we've done.
Just, I was talking a lot about the young squad that you have, but, you have been molding them into something so prolific and impressive. I'm sure we'll see more of that next season, specifically Mikel Arteta, Bukayo Saka. I mean, what a player, not just within England and Europe, but here in the US, there's so much about him. Just how much do you relish managing a player just like Bukayo Saka?
Well, obviously, first of all, you need the person and the qualities that he has, and then between all of us, try to develop them and have the right environment for him to grow. He's in a perfect club, I think, at the perfect age to do that. And he has a tremendous talent. He has so much ambition as well. He's surrounded by the right people around him, which is really important. He's all demanding with himself, and he's a boy that can cope with difficulties and pressure. And that's a big thing at that age.
We have a few questions left with Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. Thank you so much for being here as you play MLS All-Stars and, of course, your US tour. I have a quick question for you, Mikel Arteta. I'm really impressed by this. I talked to Unai Emery about this a few months ago. The influx of Spanish managers, the influx of Basque managers is pretty good in the Premier League. Any thoughts about that? What's growing in the water there in Basque country?
I don't know. We have discussed that ourselves. I don't know. It might be, I don't know, the character and the culture there, and how passionate we are about the game as well. And obviously we have roots that are very connected as well to coaching in different ways, the four of us. And I don't know. It might be a coincidence, but it's a beautiful coincidence. And
the food, maybe.
We can have more. The food is special. The food is special. Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. Arsene Wenger recently said, I'm going to put you in the spot. He thinks this is your year to win the Premier League. What do you think about that?
Hopefully he's right. He's a very intelligent man with huge experience. So I'm hoping that he's right.
Do you think that it will be a tougher ordeal now that the Champions League is part as well of your schedule? Or is this the same thing as you always do, take care of business? Or is the Champions League an added incentive for you to be a stronger squad and a more focused squad?
It will be more difficult for sure, because the league is going to go to a different level again, which is already incredible. And then obviously playing Champions League that we haven't played for many years at the club is going to bring different demands. That's why we need a deeper squad than what we had last year, and things that we've done this summer related to that, and more quality as well, for sure.
So obviously we began with MLS, the fact that you're going to play MLS All-Stars. Any player in MLS that you like, that you think, oh, he's quite impressive? I mean, we're talking about Lionel Messi a lot, but, Thiago Almada is another one as well that's very impressive. Is anybody impressing you from Major League Soccer?
You just mentioned a good name there, but it's a lot. I don't want to say anybody in particular, because I don't know where this is going. But yeah, there is a lot of talent, and I'm sure that we'll have a good match tomorrow and enjoy it.
Just please make sure that you try and buy a Peruvian player, Mikel Arteta, at some point, and you'll make me happy as well. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, have a fantastic summer. Good luck in your preparations and the 2023-2024 season. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.